Have you ever loved someone so deeply that you couldn't tell whether it was love or pain? You told yourself this is what love feels like, but deep down, a small voice whispered that something isn't right. If you've ever felt that confusion, then this story is for you. Love is one of the most beautiful things we can experience, but sometimes it's also the most painful. The truth is, many of us have never been taught what real love actually looks like. We only learned how it felt, often from broken places. We confuse attachment with affection, drama with passion, and control with care. But love, real love, doesn't destroy you, it heals you. Real love is not a constant rush. It's not butterflies that never stop. It's peace. It's the quiet feeling that says, you're safe here. In a healthy relationship, you can breathe. You can speak your truth without fear. You don't walk on eggshells wondering if your partner will explode or disappear. Real love is when two people choose each other every day, not because they need to, but because they want to. Psychologically, this type of love builds secure attachment. Your nervous system relaxes when you're around them. You feel understood, not judged. You're not performing for their attention. You're simply being yourself. Real love encourages your growth. You both push each other to become better, not smaller. It's not, you complete me. It's, you and I complete on our own, now walking together. Toxic love, on the other hand, feels like a drug. At first, it's exciting, intense, addictive. It gives you highs so high that you forget how low the lows can be. You tell yourself, I can fix this. It'll get better. But slowly, you lose yourself trying to hold the relationship together. Psychologists call this trauma bonding. It happens when love becomes mixed with pain. The person who hurts you is also the one who comforts you. You start craving their apology more than their love. In toxic relationships, communication becomes manipulation. Boundaries are seen as betrayal, and silence feels safer than honesty. You start to feel small. You doubt yourself. You think, maybe I'm the problem. But you're not. You're just caught in a cycle of fear, guilt, and emotional dependency. Real love brings you closer to yourself. Toxic love makes you forget who you are. So, why do we fall into toxic love and call it real? Because of what we learned from our past. For many of us, the first people we ever loved hurt us too. Maybe it was a parent who only gave affection when you obeyed. Maybe it was a partner who made you earn their love through pain. Maybe it was a friend who left when you needed them most. Your mind learned that love equals effort. Love equals sacrifice. Love equals pain. So when you meet someone who feels chaotic or unpredictable, it feels familiar. Your brain confuses familiarity with safety. It says, this must be love. But it's not love. It's your inner child seeking comfort in chaos. This is why real love sometimes feels boring to people who've only known pain. They mistake peace for emptiness. They crave intensity, not intimacy. But love isn't supposed to be a roller coaster. It's supposed to be a safe home. If you're wondering whether you're in a toxic relationship, here's how you can tell. You feel anxious more than calm. If your stomach drops every time you get a text or a call, that's not love. That's emotional instability. You're scared to express yourself. If you have to filter every word to avoid anger, you're being controlled, not cared for. Everything becomes your fault. Toxic partners rarely take responsibility. They twist stories until you start apologizing for their mistakes. You feel drained instead of energized. Real love fills you up. Toxic love empties you. You lose your identity. If you've stopped doing what makes you happy, stopped meeting friends, and only live for them, you're disappearing inside the relationship. Now let's look at what real love feels like. Real love gives you freedom and respect. You can say no without fear. You can have space, dreams, individuality, and still be loved. Real love helps you grow. It celebrates your success instead of feeling threatened by it. It allows honesty without cruelty. You can disagree and still feel connected. There's no yelling, no silent punishment, no games. Real love takes effort from both sides. It's not one person doing all the emotional work. It's two people choosing to understand each other even when it's hard. Real love feels peaceful. It doesn't mean it's always easy, but it never feels like walking through fire every day. If you've been through toxicity, healing will take time, and that's okay. You might find yourself missing the person who hurt you. That's normal, because your brain got addicted to the cycle. But remember, missing someone doesn't mean you belong with them. Healing starts when you stop chasing closure from people who broke you. Start giving yourself what you kept asking them for: attention, validation, kindness, patience. You don't need them to love you anymore. You need to learn how to love yourself in the ways they never could. Real love begins with you. When you love yourself, you'll stop confusing pain for passion. You'll stop begging for what you deserve. And you'll finally understand that peace was never boring. It was just unfamiliar. Real love activates the calm parts of your nervous system. It helps your body feel safe. You sleep better, you smile more, you breathe deeper. Toxic love activates survival mode. Your body stays tense, alert, afraid. Even when they're gone, your body remembers the war. So, if your relationship constantly feels like survival, it's not love, it's trauma. Love is not supposed to make you question your worth. It's supposed to remind you of it. One day, you'll meet someone who doesn't confuse your heart. You'll stop overthinking every word. You'll stop begging to be seen. They'll look at you, and you'll feel calm. That's what real love feels like. Until then, protect your peace, learn your worth, and heal your heart. Because the relationship you have with yourself sets the standard for every love that comes after. If this message speaks to you, remember, you're not alone. We've all mistaken pain for love before. But from now on, you'll know the difference. Because real love never confuses your soul. It comforts it.